how to make infused bacon jam, aka bacon marmalade. We put it on some toast points here today. It's also really good on a burger, a little jalapenos on there. So yeah, just did a little toast points here, bringing it to a party. Showing up with this is gonna be nice. So just a little sourdough bread, bacon marmalade, a little garnish on top of onion, little cheese, little parsley, and we're in business. Follow along to make your very own infused bacon jam. And so in order to make this infused marmalade, we're gonna be using our mason pot kit here, 1/8 of some nice shake, pineapple shake there. We're gonna be using about 1/2 an onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a packet of bacon here, and a little black coffee, about 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce. Now, we're just gonna start off by decarboxylating this flour simply by putting it in the mason pot jar here, and we're gonna decarb it 240 degrees for 40 minutes. This will activate that and get it ready to infuse in the bacon fat. And while this is decarbing, we're gonna go ahead and cook the bacon at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And you don't want it crispy because we're gonna continue cooking it on the stovetop a little more, and you'll see what I'm talking about there. Let's get it done. While the bacon's cooking, we're gonna go ahead and start sauteing the onions and garlic here. We're just gonna add some olive oil. You could even use an infused olive oil, but we're gonna be infusing that bacon fat later. So we're just doing a regular here. Just go ahead and dump this in. We're gonna do it on like medium-low to start, and then we're gonna put it on low for a while. You can see how that looks. See, it's not fully crispy. Now here's a little hack for you guys. We're just gonna set a lid here. You could use anything you want. Just gonna set a lid right there. We're gonna set it right here. This is gonna allow all the grease to drain down. So I'll usually just grab a fork and kind of push these bottom pieces up a little bit. And we'll allow that oil here to collect at the bottom. All right, let's take the bacon and transfer it over here to a plate with a paper towel. We're gonna slice this up here shortly. Got the bacon right here. Now here's the key to the foil. You can take it like this. Make a little kind of corner like just like that. And take this. So now it's time to chop up the bacon. We're gonna go ahead and put it through a food processor or blender at the end. Optional. I like it finer. Some people like it a little chunkier. But for now, I'm just gonna chop it in chunks. You can see now, see how it's getting that nice translucent color? You can also use just a yellow onion too, is what I usually use. Red onion has a nice flavor. So it's getting translucent there. Feel free to add seasonings too. I'm just gonna do some black pepper. If you like sweet and spicy, feel free to add like a little cayenne or red pepper. We're just gonna do some ground pepper in here today. I'm a huge pepper fan. Put it in most things I cook up. Let's give that a little stir. Now we're gonna turn it up just a touch. We're gonna add a little of this coffee. Do about half for now. Stir up that coffee in there. And then we're gonna take the 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, dump that right in. Let's keep this on low. We're just gonna keep letting it simmer. That flour is still decarbing, so you could do all this while that's going. And then we'll get ready to infuse this bacon fat right here, guys. So we couldn't fit it all in one tray, so here's a second tray. So 1 full pack of bacon, guys. Let's add the bacon here, still on low. And let's chop this up real quick and add that as well. All right, the flour is done decarbing here, my friends. We're gonna set it here, let it cool, let those vapors settle down. And then I decided actually just to add 1 more tablespoon of the brown sugar. And just another touch of that coffee in there. Stir it around, still on that low heat. All right, so it has cooled down enough here. Our flour has been activated. As you see, it should have a little brown color to it, a little brown hue. Now we're gonna add the bacon fat here. That's 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons. So for each gram per tablespoon about is how it's going to work out there for us. Give it a little mix. It's all fully coated. This is gonna be some really potent shit. Okay, we got the lid screwed back on. Now we're gonna go ahead and infuse this, put it back in the oven, 190 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. The bacon's looking really good, still cooking on slow here, starting to caramelize a little more. We're gonna keep that on low here and throw this in the oven. Again, we have the oven set here to 190 to 200 Fahrenheit. We're gonna do an hour timer first so we can give it a swirl a little later. During this time, we're gonna blend up the bacon marmalade using a food processor. This is optional. I find the finer pieces make a better jam. That hour timer is up. We're gonna give our infused bacon fat just a little swirl here, put it back in for 1 more hour. During this hour, we're still gonna continue to keep this bacon marmalade, this bacon jam on as low as possible here. If you notice it to char, it's like your call too. You can turn it off. Some people like a little more char in there. We left it on for the full 2 hours here. All right, so it's been in there for 2 hours total between that 190 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna let it chill for a little bit and strain it through. All right, so we've let it cool down. You wanna make sure you move when it's still warm, not hot here, guys, because that bacon fat is a little thicker. That right there. Infused. Let's go ahead and drop the puck in. Now it's time to press it down here and strain it right through, my friends. The beauty of this press and puck combo is we are pressing out every last drop. I like holding it and pressing as I'm straining. Then I'll set it down, flip it a little bit, give it another press here. Here you can choose to save this. I'll probably add it to another batch of bacon fat in the next day or so because I'm gonna make some more of this. But it has been fine strained through. So we have the bacon fat right in here, infused. Now you can simply throw the bacon jam in. Give it a stir. This is delicious. We're gonna put it on some toast points, or I usually have a baguette, but today we're gonna put this on some sourdough bread. Throw a couple little garnishes on there, maybe a touch of cheese. Blue cheese is a nice combo. And there it is. Our infused bacon jam. And you could add as little as much as you'd like, obviously. I want this to be nice and strong. Add a little more. There it is. It's the garnishes that help set it off. Little parsley, little onion. Then we're gonna add a little cheese. Put our bread down. We're gonna scoop out some of the marmalade. Spread the bacon marmalade just right on top of the toast here. This is smelling and looking so good. All right. We got that spread on there. Just gonna add a little piece of parsley for color. Little onion, then just a little dabble of cheese.